Good morning ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs of 12th February. First question is, which city is the venue of 2nd ASEAN-India Youth Summit 2019? Right answer is Guwahati. So 2nd ASEAN-India Youth Summit held in Guwahati in Assam. The theme of event was Connectivity is the Pathway to Shared Prosperity. If we talk about ASEAN, ASEAN stands for Association of Southeast Nations. ASEAN was formed through Bangkok Declaration in 1967. The headquarters of ASEAN is in Jakarta. Jakarta is the capital of Indonesia, and the recent Asian Games and Asian Para Games also held in Indonesia. ASEAN is a group of 10 countries. These 10 countries are Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, Vietnam, Laos, and Philippines. The most recent summit of ASEAN held in Singapore, that was 33rd ASEAN Summit. If we talk about Assam, Assam was in news as Assam has topped in budgetary practices as per the latest survey by Transparency International. If we talk about Transparency International, it also published Corruption Perception Index. As per the most recent Corruption Perception Index, India is on 78th position. The index is topped by Denmark. Assam was also in news as recently Prime Minister Mr. Modi inaugurated India's longest rail-cum-road bridge, Bogibeel, over Brahmaputra in the Dibrugad district of Assam. Next question is, under which section of Banking Regulation Act of 1949 RBI has slapped ₹1 crore penalty on SBI for violating norms? Right answer is Section 47A. So the Reserve Bank of India has exercised its power under Section 47A of Banking Regulation Act of 1949, and the penalty was imposed on SBI for not monitoring the end use of funds. Now, if we talk about RBI, RBI is Reserve Bank of India. It was formed on the recommendation of Hilton Young Commission. It was established in 1935. The headquarters of RBI is in Mumbai. RBI was nationalized in 1949 and presently Mr. Shaktikant Das is the governor of RBI. RBI was in news as recently it has launched SARPI, that means Survey on Retail Payment Habits of Individuals. This particular survey will try to analyze the payment habits of individuals in Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Chennai, Bengaluru and Guwahati. RBI was also in news because of recent digital payment panel. This RBI digital payment panel will be headed by Mr. Nandan Nilekani. This will suggest a medium-term strategy for digital payments in India. Apart from that, RBI also constituted a committee to review the economic capital framework. The head of this committee will be Mr. Vimal Jalan. RBI also constituted a committee for the revival of MSME sector. This committee will be headed by former SEBI chairman Mr. UK Sinha. Next question is, RBI has recently raised the limit for collateral-free agriculture loan from ₹1 lakh to how much? Right answer is ₹1 lakh to 1.6 lakhs. So the Reserve Bank of India has raised the limit for collateral-free agriculture loans from earlier limit of 1 lakh to ₹1.6 lakhs. This was done to enhance the coverage of small and marginal farmers into formal credit system. Now, let's understand what is collateral-free loan. Collateral means something that is given as a security for a loan. Now, collateral-free loan means no security or no collateral are provided for the loan. So now, small and marginal farmers need not to provide any collateral for the agriculture loans up to ₹1.6 lakhs. Apart from that, recently, the government also announced Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi scheme for the small and marginal farmers. This was announced during interim budget. As per this scheme, ₹6,000 will be transferred directly to the beneficiary farmers in 3 installments of 2,000 each. So this entire scheme will cost ₹75,000 crore to the government. Apart from that, there was one more important scheme that was announced during interim budget. This was Pradhan Mantri Shram Yogi Manthan scheme. As per this scheme, the workers in unorganized sector will be provided an assured monthly pension of ₹3,000 per month after the 60 years of age. In order to avail the benefits of this particular scheme, the workers will have to contribute minimum 100 rupee per month. So this is a pension scheme. The earlier scheme, that means PM Kisan Samman Nidhi, was not a pension scheme. That was a income support scheme. Next question is, the first ever World Pulses Day is observed on which of the following dates? Right answer is 10th of February. So the first ever World Pulses Day is observed on 10th of February to raise awareness about the multiple benefits of eating pulses. If we talk about important days of February month, 2nd February is World Wetlands Day. The theme of World Wetlands Day was Wetlands and Climate Change. 4th February is World Cancer Day, and the theme of this year was I Am and I Will. 10th February is National Deworming Day. Next question is, who authored the book Law, Justice and Judicial Power? Justice P.N. Bhagwati's Approach. Right answer is Mr. Moolchand Sharma. So this book, Law, Justice and Judicial Power, Justice P.N. Bhagwati's Approach, is a book by Mr. Moolchand Sharma. This book has been formally released by Chief Justice of India, Mr. Ranjan Gogoi. If we talk about Justice Bhagwati, he is considered as father of PIL, that means Public Interest Litigation in India. If we talk about few other books which were in news recently, The Paradoxical Prime Minister is a book by Mr. Shashi Tharoor. The Accidental Prime Minister is a book by Mr. Sanjay Baru. Moving On, Moving Forward is a book by Mr. Venkaiah Naidu. We Are Displaced is a book by Miss Malala Yousafzai. The Last Girl is a book by Miss Nadia Murad. Miss Nadia Murad is a winner of 2018 Nobel Peace Prize. In 2018, Nobel Peace Prize was given to Miss Nadia Murad and Mr. Dennis Mukwege. Pyjamas Are Forgiving is a book by Miss Twinkle Khanna. India Ahead 2025 and Beyond is a book by Mr. Vimal Jalan. The Girl in Room 105 is a book by Mr. Chetan Bhagat, and Law, Justice and Power is a book by Mr. Moolchand Sharma. Next question is, the Himalayan Cloud Observatory has been set up in which of the district of Uttarakhand? Right answer is Tihri Garhwal. This Himalayan Cloud Observatory system has been set up in Tihri Garhwal district in Uttarakhand. If we talk about Uttarakhand, it was in news recently as India's second tulip garden will come up in Uttarakhand. The first such tulip garden is in Srinagar in Jammu and Kashmir. Uttarakhand was also in news as recently Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Delhi, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh signed an agreement for Renukaji Dam multi-purpose project. Uttarakhand was also in news as the Uttarakhand cabinet ratified renaming of Joli Grant Airport after former Prime Minister Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Uttarakhand was also in news as recently it launched Atal Ayushman Uttarakhand Yojana. It is a universal health coverage scheme, and with this, Uttarakhand has become the first state in country to offer universal health coverage. Next question is, which country has decided to include Hindi as the third official language in courts? Right answer is UAE. So the Abu Dhabi Judicial Department has decided to include Hindi as the third official language to be used in courts alongside with Arabic and English. The move is designed to improve access to justice. If we talk about Abu Dhabi, it is the capital of UAE. UAE stands for United Arab Emirates. It is a Middle East country. UAE was also in news as recently the central banks of UAE and Saudi Arabia have launched a common digital currency named ABER. It will be used in financial settlements between these two countries. UAE was also in news as women will have 50% reservation in UAE Federal National Council in the coming parliamentary term. Apart from that, UAE will be the host of 40th Summit of GCC, that means Gulf Cooperation Council. The 39th Summit of GCC held in Riyadh. Riyadh is the capital of Saudi Arabia. Riyadh is also the headquarter of GCC. UAE was also in news as recently it declared 2019 as Year of Tolerance. Next question is, which city is the venue of 13th edition of International Oil and Gas Conference Petrotech 2019? Right answer is Greater Noida. So the 13th edition of International Oil and Gas Conference Petrotech has been inaugurated by Indian Prime Minister Mr. Modi in Greater Noida. The theme of event was Shaping the New Energy World Through Innovation and Collaboration. It was organized by Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala scheme is also an initiative of this Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry. Presently, Mr. Dharmendra Pradhan is the minister in charge of this Petroleum and Natural Gas Ministry, and recently Mr. Pradhan has launched the Ujjwala Sanitary Napkin Initiative in Bhubaneswar. Next question is, which country's president has been elected as the chairman of African Union? Right answer is Egypt. So the president of Egypt, Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, has been elected as the chairman of African Union at the African Union Summit in Ethiopia. If we talk about African Union, it is a continental union consisting of 55 countries of continent of Africa. The present chairman is Mr. Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. African Union was formed in 2002, and it is the first time since African Union was formed that Egypt is on the top seat of African Union. If we talk about Egypt, it was also in news as it is the host of 2019 Africa Cup of Nations. Egypt was also in news as recently Palestine took over the chairmanship of G77 from Egypt. If we talk about G77, it is a group of 77 countries. It was established in 1964, and recently Palestine took over the chairmanship of group from Egypt. Next question is, Dikkibandi Stadium, which is in news recently, is located in which of the following states? Right answer is Meghalaya. So Meghalaya cabinet has recently decided to rename the Dikkibandi Stadium after Mr. P.A. Sangma. If we talk about Meghalaya, it is a northeast state. The governor of Meghalaya is Mr. Tathagat Roy, and the chief minister of Meghalaya is Mr. Konrad Sharma. If we talk about Mr. P.A. Sangma, he was the former chief minister of Meghalaya as well as the former Lok Sabha speaker. And the present chief minister, that means Mr. Konrad Sharma, is son of Mr. P.A. Sangma. Thank you, and that's all for the day.